Y'all, I'm using my throat chakra bowl. So what does that mean? It means when I hit this singing bowl, your throat chakra is going to be activated a little bit, be cleansed a little bit from the vibration. So that means y'all have no excuse before you get into this reading to let me know what's made you smile today. Or I always ask my friends, what is it that you've eaten today? Because I just love knowing about that. That's my own personal thing. So, hey girl, I better be seeing you in the comments. Hello Gemini, how are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca and I'm going to be doing your weekly reading with your weekly love reading with your person. Now I also do your weekly general reading for your zodiac sign, which I'll leave a link to over here for you. And I also will leave a link to your singles reading for those that are my Geminis that are single, because this reading is more so for someone that has a person in mind. The singles one is more so for those that don't have anyone in mind and just looking for some insight on love, right? So let's get into this reading though. But put things in perspective, Gemini. I'm just a man reading you some tarot cards. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate and leave what doesn't. And also, if you do and find that you do enjoy my reading, I would love for you to let me know in the comments below what card calls out to you the most, and if there was anything that I said, my goodness, Gemini, that resonates with you the most. I would love to hear about it. Also, be sure to give me a like and subscribe if you do enjoy this reading, and if you find that it does give you a sense and direction, because it does help out my channel a lot, and I always am super appreciative when you take the time to do that for me, Gemini. But let's just get into your reading now. I'm pulling some clarifiers right now for you. All right. A lot of tower moments for everybody. So let's get into this reading now, Gemini. On your side of things, we have the Nine of Cups. So there is like some happiness here. There is like some, you're happy with yourself at the very least, right? There's just like this, you feel like, I just heard like, you feel like you've made like the right choices in your life in regards maybe to this connection. You're feeling more at peace, I feel. So let's get in terms of this connection on their side of things. On their side of things, they have the Queen of Cups. So they're on their side of things, it seems as if like they're kind of like ignorance is bliss is what comes to mind, Gemini. Where it's one of those things they're kind of just like in their own bubble. Page of Swords is the energy that is between y'all two. So, it almost just feels like it feels, I mean, clarifiers can obviously change this message entirely, Gemini, but it feels like an amicable separation, dare I say. But let's just get into the clarifiers of it. On your side of things, remember, we have the Nine of Cups. Your side, we have the clarifiers, Seven of Swords, the Empress card, and Five of Swords. So, how would I put this? You're in this process of growing right now. So you're in this contentment, and I feel like it's almost as if like, some of you Geminis have had like a communication with spirit, or maybe you've just had like a really good reading recently from somebody, or just like a shift in perspective of where you kind of just get it, right? You're not taking things personally right now. You're in this place of where you're just happy, and you're just happy to be along for the ride right now, Gemini. You're just learning things, and you're open to be learning things because you're growing from it with this Empress card. So I enjoy this. But that doesn't take away the feelings that we get during this time either. With this Seven of Swords and this Five of Swords, this is still some chaotic energy, Gemini. This is like an energy of where, what example could I put? This would be like an energy of where you would send like an irrational text randomly at 9 o'clock in the morning. Y'all like how I find that as like a random, unheard of time to be talking to people. Like 2 o'clock in the morning, you send like a rant because you get in your head and you just do something chaotic in the middle of the night because you're in your head, like sending that random text that's just like too emotional, or you block someone on like your social media because you just convinced yourself that like they don't like you or whatever. You know, this is just like kind of like chaotic energy, and I feel like this is just kind of like you're just in your head, like you're still kind of like, even though you're not internalizing things and you're here with the flow, it's kind of like you're here with the flow and you're just like, okay, like this is great and all, but when is this gonna stop, right? You're still in this like mode of like still kind of trying to figure things out, but also realizing that it's still weirdly part of the plan, but there's still like this hesitation to like fully let go and fully have faith in this process. I feel anyways. Queen of Cups on their side of things, remembering that On their side, the clarifiers, we have the Six of Swords, the Tower card, and the Two of Cups. Now, this is all... the Two of Cups is inverted. And with the Six of Swords also, I feel like potentially could be inverted. We'll break this down. We'll allow my intuition to get back to that for later. We'll address these two cards first. Two of Cups being in the reverse. When it comes to this Tower card, again, I'm going to be holding this card upright just so you can appreciate the artwork, but this card isn't in the reverse. What does it mean firstly in the upright? Two of Cups is like that happy celebration where you're just, you know, you're locking hands, you're sharing like a cup of tea with somebody, right? When it's in the reverse, not really happening. You're like being like, no, these are my cups, right? And that's what that Queen of Cups represents. Like the Queen of Cups is about like, they only give their cups out to those that they like. So if this person's not giving out their cups to you right now, Gemini, I feel like that kind of speaks volumes for where their head is at or where they're placing you in their emotions. So when this Two of Cups is in the reverse with the Tower card, this is kind of letting me know they're kind of closing off something. They're kind of just done with something. Now, this doesn't have to be with you, right? It does not have to be with you at all, Gemini. But again, this would be one of those things where it's like the cards are simply showing you some telling you perspective on an energetic level of things, and it's up to you to figure out like maybe this is something entirely separate. Because let's remember, Gemini, like let's not be self-involved human beings that we naturally are. Other people, like everyone has their own entire lives that they're going through, and it may be something entirely different, right? Six of Swords is finally the other card for them that I said I would get into later. I don't feel like this is in the upright or in the inverted for them. Gemini, coming back to this, I do feel as if they're in this situation where it's like they're just kind of ready to move on. Whatever this Two of Cups energy is, they're ready to move on from it right now. It feels as if they're kind of just checked out, you know, maybe at a later point, because that is that Six of Swords energy where it's just like at some point, maybe divinely guided by the crows, right, that's leading them, they'll come back to this connection potentially, or come back to whatever this Tower moment in Two of Cups is going on here. But right now it feels as if they want to just like throw a dynamite to this, whatever this is, and just move away from it. But the Six of Swords always says that, like, gives kind of like the implication that there's an opportunity for them to come back. Just right now, it just seems as if they're just self-involved right now in their own emotions, and they're not really thinking about emotions for other people. Energy between y'all two. Page of Swords, remembering that. Pages represents new beginnings, and I just kind of feel as like this could be like a new beginning in terms of just like a new social dynamic between y'all two. You know, let's entertain like this thought of like if you and this person are like the Two of Cups and the Tower card. This could be where it's just like you guys no longer are officially on speaking terms anymore, and that's when you move on. Or this could just be in terms of a new dynamic where it's just like, I just feel like in some type of way the social dynamic is gonna be set in stone this week for how things are going to be for the rest of this connection, I feel. So, the clarifiers I pulled for your Page of Swords, Gemini, Five of Pentacles, so there is a little bit of pain. So there is just a little bit of pain here. I'm not going to put any more projection or bias that I have on that. But that is like, Five of Pentacles is like just the representation of like, doing what you know is like for the best, even though it sucks in the moment, right? It's like, it's in the name of stability, but it just sucks. And there's a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of pain involved in it. Nine of Cups, you get to this point with this new Page of Wands energy, with this new opportunity. This is why I do feel like it's kind of just like you guys, Gemini, are in this place of where things just seem to be panning out into, again, like with just a new connection entirely. I feel like this is kind of reflective of last week, and this is kind of just like some residual energy. So, yeah, I would say at this point, Gemini, just make that commitment, make that choice, and welcome in this new Page of Wands energy, because you're going to be going into this Nine of Cups energy finally, right? So let's pull like a couple more cards just for you, Gemini, and see what we can kind of hope for should you let this connection go. I say a couple cards, but we'll doing theory. Don't tell the other zodiac signs. I'll treat you well, Gemini. So I like this. We have the Nine of Cups coming in, so a new person comes in pretty quickly for you. Eight of Cups, you still, like, again, like, it's like that walking away energy. Like, even if I just pulled 3 cards and I set no intention, this would be saying, like, you walking away from these cups, Gemini, to go to greater, better waters, you run into this Knight of Cups who is just like provides for you, right? But there is going to be that time period where it's like you're going to have to like realize that you want to go to greater waters with this Three of Wands energy, right? It's like a storyline of like, once you realize you want to go to greater waters, then you finally make the decision the next day to be like, we ride at dawn, honey, right? That's when you go. It's just like, we ride at dawn, we move on from this connection. And when in that process of moving on from that connection, in that process of going to greater waters, Gemini, you get your Knight of Cups. So I love this. So I'm not going to be addressing this energy anymore, Gemini, in any of my future love readings. We're going to only going to be tapping into this new Knight of Cups energy. So I like that. Gemini, I love doing this reading for you. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to do this for you. Again, be sure if you do enjoy my reading style to be sure to give me a like and subscribe, because it does help out my channel a lot. I'm super appreciative when you guys really do that for me. So yeah, also let me know if there was a card in this reading that called out to you that really resonated with you. I kind of like those last three cards. Like those last three cards were kind of like the cherry on top. That was already like a really good cupcake, sundae, whatever reference we want to use. But I love you so much, Gemini, and I'll connect with you later. Bye.